Salida is mostly known for its quirkiness, recreation, and art galore. For the tourists that come and go, we're just a vacation destination. They come in a few days and they're gone in a week. But Salida is much more than the mountain biking trails, the Arkansas River, and the camping. There's a whole town here, a hospital, a nursing home, a school. Though this high school is small, there's a lot to people we don't know. What might you have misunderstood about someone?
Spastic.
Fat.
Loud.
Annoying.
A bitch.
Teacher's pet.
Gay. Insane.
Shy.
Fuckboy.
Psychotic.
Smartass.
Overachiever.
Cocky.
There's much more to people than what meets the eye or even first impression. I got to meet some new faces here at this school during this project, and sadly a little late since it's the last week here for me. But I may have gotten to know most of these people more than a lot of you. What are some of these people all about? Jacob Dimwalt can often be found in the music room jamming out with Mr. Wilkins. A variety of music classes fills his schedule, even taking him away from his advisory class. He's walking through the hallways with his earbuds in, humming to the beat of whatever song it may be that day. But this isn't news to anyone. What else does he do?
So, have I ever misunderstood? Yes. People have considered me kind of like like a weird dude, since all I do is music, like band classes, and like a nerd, And people just don't understand me as a person. And then once I start to hang out and talk to them, they're like, "Oh, homie's chill." And yes, I believe that I have done that to someone else.
So what else would you say you're all about, other
What else
than
I say I'm all
music?
about? I'm all about just living life, hanging out in nature. I like hiking, like mountain biking. I like disc golfing. Everything's good.
I only knew Bailey Smith from playing volleyball with her in the fall, and even then I didn't get to know much about her due to the fact that we played on different teams. Her loud, sometimes abrasive flair can be seen as a red flag to some, but her friends have warmed up to it and quite frankly love it.
I'm sorry if you're recording this, but it's the dumbest piece of shit ever. He literally gets away thus far scot-free, and he's still their stuff comes up.
I think every time that I've tried to make a new friend, all of my friendships start out with the story of we hated each other, and it kind of turned into friendship, because I think that I have a really weird kind of sense of humor and personality, so I come across as really aggressive in everyday life. And once you get to know me, it's not so bad. It's still really aggressive, but it's not aggressive I want you to do something for me, or I want you to be afraid of me. I just have that aura, I guess.
And what would you say you're more about than just aggressiveness and your sense of humor?
I don't know. I'm really loyal. I care about people a lot. But because of the aggression and stuff, it kind of gets hidden a little bit.
Okay, and how has being misunderstood with your aggression impacted you?
I think it's just really that there's a lot of people that won't come up and talk to me because I seem like an aggressive person, or kind of am an aggressive person. And so I feel like I haven't talked to people that I maybe would have if I had a softer personality. But other than that, I don't know.
Okay, and then do you think you've done the same thing to other people, misunderstood them off of their first impression, off of your first impression of them?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm really bad about just judging a book by its cover, or what they do or eat or who they hang out with. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. And then why do you think people judge others right off of a first impression or judging a book by its cover?
I think it's evolutionary, because in order to be safe or whatever, in the mammoths time, I don't know if we actually lived with mammoths, but
I don't know either.
but you need it to make a judgment in order to survive, and I just don't feel like we've gotten past that base instinct yet.
Michael Hillhoward and I have always been friendly towards each other in the halls, making casual conversation here and there. All I knew about him was that he's a kick-ass drummer and takes pride in his hair, which adds some bonus points when he headbangs.
I've been misunderstood a lot in my life, and I'd say one of the major times that I was misunderstood was in my elementary school years, because I was so much taller and bigger than everyone else. Everyone took me as I got held back or something like that. So I had a really hard time making friends in elementary school, and I would say that was one of the biggest reasons why, is because people misunderstood me because of my size, and even though I was the same age as them.
Yeah. So would you say they were intimidated by you?
I would say so, yeah. A lot of people are, and I'm just a big giant, like gentle giant, you know? Like, I'm not really there to hurt anybody, but I guess I just give off that vibe, I guess. It's just my size, so yeah.
Okay, and how has this impacted you think?
I would say it kind of made me an introvert in a way. I mean, not 100% where I'm, like, staying away from people and don't ever hang out with people, but it'd be to where I have a lot more respect for when I'm hanging out with myself and I'm just by myself, and I don't feel bad when I do that, like, oh, I need to go hang out with friends or something like that. I feel fine when I'm alone, so.
Okay, and do you think you've done the same thing to other people, like judge them by its cover?
Well, possibly. I mean, everyone does that to everybody, but I mean, sure, for me it'd probably be, I don't know, just other people that don't like to hang around me and that aren't part of my friend group, I guess. I'm sure that's with everybody, but that's me. I try not to do that, but you know.
And do you think, or why do you think people do this?
I feel it's to make them feel better about themselves for something that they have wrong with them, in a sense.
Okay.
Rory Basenko is one of the strongest and most opinionated writers I have in Tenderfoot. He always has something good to say, and in my mind, he doesn't care much about what other people think. I wanted to find out what exactly he thinks of the image other people have him pinned as in their heads, and what that image is exactly.
I accepted this. It was my choice. But it's just kind of one of those bigger things. It's like you kind of get the big ass stereotype. Sorry for saying that, but yeah. So you kind of get the stereotype of being like a really big stoner, even though I've never smoked weed one time. Probably been offered more than everybody in the school at least. But yeah. So that's probably the biggest way I've been misunderstood.
And would you say this has impacted you in any way?
I mean, not really, but there's occasionally constantly people will just walk up and ask me, hey, do you have some cigarettes? And it's like, yeah, come on, man. It's like, and I'm like, it's like these random people, and it's like, sorry, I don't. Like, it just small things like that. You know, people always think, like, first thing, whenever someone ever asks me something, it's like, they always say, hey, do you smoke weed? It's like, it's the first thing, it'll be like, hi, my name's Rory. Hey, do you smoke weed? And it always kills me, but yeah, it's pretty funny in that way. So that's one of the few ways.
Okay, and what would you say you actually are rather than a stoner? Like, if you could describe yourself in a few words.
Not a stoner would be like in this context, yeah, probably just not a stoner. I mean, I'm a straight edge guy. I really do not like stoner people. I mean, they're funny and stuff, and it's hilarious to watch them be high. But no, I'm straight edge. I'm pretty much the exact opposite, which I kind of, it's just. Yeah, that's the way it really is.
Okay, and would you say you've misunderstood someone based on their appearance, like people have done to you as well?
I mean, yeah, obviously. I think that's kind of just part of like the human experience. You like see someone who's automatically like just different. You there's like obviously subconscious things you're thinking. Oh, this guy's blank. This guy's blank. And, for example, I was at a summer camp and I saw this person she looked like the most basic person in existence. That's not even a joke. And I'm just like, hey, are you the most basic person? She's like, no. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, crap. So yeah, in that way, it's a perfect example. Like, you just see people, you kind of misunderstand it, and then you're like, I understand you.
Okay, and why do you think people do this?
Well, I mean, it's just the connotations with whatever you are. For example, say you're, I don't know, we could go with, like, say you're black or something, and someone will, like, it's kind of subconscious, but people will sometimes say, like, they'll think various things because of your race, or how you look or something. It's just part of the human characteristics. Humans naturally categorize things into, and then once you see that a culture or something that somebody does explicitly is a part of their culture, you're going to automatically associate the two.
Though Salida is a beautiful place to get away for a few days, it's just like any other town. People try to get away from their generalizations, and others may embrace it. Salida is full of some wonderful people with no limit on what or who they may be. As it's my last week here, I have some advice for those of you who still have a ways to go in high school. Talk to people and really listen. You never know who you may click with, and your assertions and perspective on people could be completely transformed. Don't wait until your last week of high school during your This Salidan Life project to meet new people and broaden your horizons. Life is too short to waste time on stereotyping people or judging a book by its cover. So go out there and learn something new about someone.